Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram's Allegiance and Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group behind the camera, joined by on the left, Pasadena Star News Prep Sports editor Miguel Melendez, and on the right, Whittier Daily News Prep Sports editor Steve Ramirez. Guys, we have a nice matchup of two teams from your respective zones battling it out for a spot in the Southeast Division Championship. We're talking about Red Hot Muir, 8-4, traveling to Serna. Well, I should say they're traveling to Cal High to take on Serna, which is 9-3. Kickoff at 7:30 on Friday night in the Southeast Division semifinals. Miguel, what can you say, man? Muir has kind of taken the Valley by storm with these last three big wins. Beat PHS. They get the big first round win. They win in the second round against Diamond Ranch. So I mean that's pretty good. PHS, Santa Fe, and Diamond Ranch. A nice list of victims there for Muir. Well, I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, in these playoffs, Muir has just been. They pummeled Santa Fe. They pummeled Diamond Ranch in such a dominant fashion that I think everyone must be impressed in the fashion that they've come out and done this. I've covered Muir for 4 years now, and against Diamond Ranch, that was the most complete game Muir has put together from start to finish. We talked all season long about Muir's inability to not accumulate so many penalties. They only had 6 against Diamond Ranch, 5 in the first half alone, and then 1 in the second half. Defensively, this team was just tremendous. They were tenacious. They were running to the ball. And this was the epitome of a real team effort. They recorded 5 sacks, 4 interceptions, and they forced 4 turnovers, not including those that Diamond Ranch eventually recovered. So it could have been a lot uglier, but Muir was just unstoppable against Diamond Ranch, and I was just so impressed of how they carried this out. And I just don't know that. I wonder if Serna can counter any of this.
Yeah, I mean that's my impression of Muir when I saw him against Santa Fe. You know, their quarterback Josh Washington and
Seymour, Tyron Owens.
Yeah, Seymour, Kavan Seymour. That team speed was something that Santa Fe just not come up. And a lot of people, when they think of team speed, they think of offense, of receivers and running backs. But defensively, I mean, they just ran to the ball and stopped everything that Santa Fe was able to do. And this is a Santa Fe team that beat Serna, so you have to think. I mean, that's got to be scary if Serna could not match Santa Fe's speed, and Santa Fe could not match Muir's speed. Yeah. I mean, it could be a long night. But I think a key for Serna is they can't make mistakes in this game. With the running back,
O.J. Medina.
Yeah, Medina and Frankie Palmer at quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a guy who kind of makes plays when it doesn't seem like there's a play to be made, and they have to get ahead in this game and rely on the run game. And if they can do that, they have a shot. I think they have to play a perfect game, but the way Muir is playing right now, it's hard to pick against them.
Yeah, Muir sent a message right off the bat against Diamond Ranch. And I was a little surprised that Diamond Ranch was lining up on one-on-one and going to man coverage. I mean, there was just no way they were going to contain these guys. As I wrote in the story, Kevon Seymour got held back on a flag for a pass interference. Next play, opposite end of the field, Tyron Owens connects with a 59-yard touchdown pass. These guys were sending a message right off the bat, and don't be surprised if that happens against Serna as well. Derek Holmes Jr., a freshman, who we've seen play wide receiver, quarterback, now as a starting running back, ran over Diamond Ranch's defenders into the secondary, just bowled over some of these safeties. He can put on some moves, and he's got a lot of speed too. So Muir is just impressive right now. How they end up losing this game, I have no idea, but I'm picking Serna anyway because that's what they want me to do.
Oh, wow.
That shocks me.
Well, I got to tell you guys, I would think stylistically, and as we all know, styles make, as they say in boxing, styles make fights. I think that styles make games. And when you look at a game like this, Serna is the kind of slow-paced, if you will, disciplined team that does not get rattled, that can give Muir fits, that's going to make Muir work for everything. They're going to probably go into this game saying, hey, we are not going to let these guys have any pick sixes on us. We are not going to, let these guys return punts for touchdowns on us. We're going to make these guys beat us, by driving the ball and we're going to limit their explosive plays. Now, you have to remember, this Serna team got experience, much needed experience, even though that was a veteran team last year. But a lot of these key guys, when you talk about guys like O.J. Medina, were on last year's team. Not only that, the coaching staff got great experience by making the semifinals and playing on the road at Bonita last year in a very good game. They have that experience. They're not going to be shocked by the setting. Muir, on the other hand, they're a win away from reaching the championship game. This is kind of new to them to be, and believe me, the semifinals, when you get it, those huge crowds and on the road and all the stuff that comes with the semifinals and the pressure, it can be an interesting environment for them. But I agree with you, Miguel, and Stevie. You bring up the good point. Even though comparative scoring is dangerous here, so I guess I don't agree with you, Miguel. You just have a hard time seeing the way that Santa Fe got rid of Serna and then the way Muir got rid of Santa Fe, and thinking that eventually Muir makes a big play here or there and wins this game. If they had trouble stopping Los Altos last week and had trouble limiting the big plays last week against Los Altos, then I don't see how Serna can do that against Muir. Now, of course, if Muir plays one of its reckless games and has penalty problems and all that kind of stuff, this would be the wrong team to do that against. I'm going to take Muir in this game. Stevie, who do you got? You want to split the difference here?
No, I'm going with Muir. Just from what I saw.
So wait, the two non-Pasadena guys are going with Muir.
Yeah.
And the Pasadena guys taking Serna.
I think people can read between the lines. I think people know that I was overly impressed by Muir.
Yeah.
And I think that they thrive off of my picking against them. They like this us against the world mentality. I think people can read.
So are you trying to do them a help, or
that I am picking Serna for obvious reasons.
Oh, okay.
But
so that's not really your legit pick.
That's not my legit pick. But if this is what they want, I'm a man of the people, so I'm going to give them what they want, and I will pick Serna. But here's another thing with Muir.
Yeah.
That offensive line has played superb so far. Josh Washington told Steve Ramirez after the game that if his line can protect them like that throughout the playoffs, they're going to finish the season with a ring. And it happened against Diamond Ranch. This team provided a lot of protection for Washington, who likes to sit in the pocket. It sounds like I'm giving you all these reasons why Muir should win, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go with what they want me to do, and I'll pick Serna.
All right. Well, that's understandable. All right. So there you have it. I guess we technically have a 2-1 here in favor of Muir, but it's not Miguel per se. It's Miguel taking Serna, but with he's just trying to do the community a favor, I guess. Nonetheless, everybody get out to Cal High on Friday night. I don't need to tell you that. This is a fantastic game. Two teams. What can you say? They're having another, for Serna, another great postseason run, and for Muir, taking things a step further than they did last year. So it should be a lot of fun, and the winner punches its ticket into the Southeast Division Championship, and that ought to be fun to see too. Get out there and enjoy it. Thank you for watching.